everybody, and welcome to this week's tarot reading. This week, I have decided to use the Crow Tarot. This was a deck gifted to me by a friend, and I'm using this deck for the first time this week because I've had a clutch, four baby crows come visit my garden, and they're just so comical watching them try to figure out how to do things and persistently crowing this really strange noise to their parents. Feed me, feed me. It's really cute. So in honor of the crows that keep popping down to my yard, I thought I would give this deck a whirl. So let me just connect and we'll see what the Crow Tarot has in store for us this week. Okay, let's cut the deck. And we'll take the top three cards. Our first card will look at the present moment, what's happening in our field right now. Our second card is looking at the past influence that brought us here. And our third card will look at a future potential. So our first card is the Two of Swords. Now remember, the swords is the air element. So this is about the thinking function. And here we see two swords crossed with a little crow in between. And we can see the crow has a blindfold. Now, typically, this card represents choice. There are two choices, and we're struggling to make a decision between them. The crow blindfolded is kind of trying to weigh which option up, but is struggling. And though we remember that the crow could always just peel that blindfold off and there may be a third option. But right now in our field, are we thinking about something quite a lot, a decision that we need to make? And it's causing us a little bit of angst, but mainly because the choices are very similar. They're very evenly weighted and we're not sure where our benefit is, which one's going to work out in the best interest for us. And it came from the Five of Swords. So we're still in that air element. Now, the Five of Swords, the five is not always the best of numbers within tarot. But look here, we see this particular crow. He's actually picked up two of the swords, very reminiscent of the present moment. So maybe in the past, we had a bunch of ideas, a bunch of thoughts, five of them, and we couldn't make a decision. But out of the five, we saw that two were actually more optimal to us. And so we've gathered the two. We're taking consideration of all choices, but these two are looking the best. And now we're kind of trying to figure out which one to go with. Let's see where it's going. Well, it's going to a major arcana card and it's justice. So another sword, this time pointing down. Now the sword pointing down means that the decision isn't final until it's pointing up. But we see that the scales are balanced. We also see the crow has another blindfold. Look at that. How cool. So the crow has another blindfold and he's taking flight. So the Justice card is about legalities. It's about law enforcement. It's about creating a space of discernment in thinking about what we do next. So we may be judging, but we need to do that from a very balanced perspective. And then we can fly up through the golden crown. This is quite remarkable, actually. So we had five swords and we chose two of them. There were all these different options, but we chose these two to consider. And now in this moment, we feel as if we're blindfolded because we can't make a decision as yet. We're still struggling to figure it out. But justice is telling us that that discernment is exactly what is needed. That idea of weighing our options and balancing the scales to figure out which idea, which mental thought gives us the most clarity. And whilst right now it may feel a little awkward because we can't quite decide, the Justice card is saying that we are going to take flight and we will make the right choice. So let me know how that goes, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye now.